Okay, there we go. Now I have two condensers, one here on either side of the shaft itself, which should be able to control the amount of steam that's coming out of there. That way there'll be no steam getting blocked. Because I think that's what was happening. The steam was coming out right here, getting blocked slightly as it got trapped on one side or the other side, and the side of this shaft right here. So it was getting trapped and it couldn't actually get to the condenser itself. So hopefully having two condensers like this will be enough to get it running. So yeah. Now I also dug out a little area right here, and it doesn't look like this actually connects at all. So let's give it a try and hook up this pipe and bop. Come on, bop. Now let's see if this works. Nope, still working, no. Okay, it does not work with a redstone signal. But what if I use a sticky piston on it? Will that work? If I put a sticky piston right here, will that cause it to break or something? Oop, nope, I want you, come on, right there. Can I? Yeah, there we go. So, if I put a red alloy wire right there, right on the side, coming down, right here, and have a lever coming to it, and bop. Oh no, it doesn't work. Sticky pistons don't work with it either. Damn it. What about the wire, the tube itself? Does the tube itself work? How about you? Bop. Bop. Nope. Oh well, sticky piston doesn't work either. Damn it. Oh. I wonder if just having a... break that for now. I wonder if just having a piston on the side to push it in place would work. Or if it just doesn't work with pistons at all. I'll try and figure something out with that later. But for now, I guess I'll just leave this off for now. Oh, I was kind of hoping that would work. Because, as far as I know, there's no way to turn this heat vent off other than just having the reactor go on and off. And I don't really want it to do that because I don't have a remote for it, which means I can't turn that on and off. And I can't turn that on and off, so yeah. Anyway, let's see, what was I doing? Let's put this on here. This rotational dynamo. Come on, break. There we go. So let me turn this back on and turn the reactor back on, so we can actually get a good reading on how fast this is going, as well as how much power we can actually get out of this. So retract all. And let's come up here and I'll show you exactly how much power this is putting out once this gets up to speed. So right now it's only going at about a third of what it's going up to half now. A half of what its actual speed, torque, and power could be once it gets up to its maximum. And already, right now, even though it's not at its maximum speed, torque, or power, it's already producing 11,000 RF per tick. And the conversion limits are already exceeded, power is being wasted, power is being received. This can put out massive amounts of power. But unfortunately, the rotational dynamo has a maximum output of, I think, that is its maximum output, 11,924. So if I take this off, and do I have it with me? No. I think I have some down here. But I can actually split this power up that's coming out of the turbine itself in a couple ways. So if I put this down right here and screwdriver it around a little bit, have it so it's coming out like that. There we go. And I can have two dynamos coming right. Oop, go away, stupid zombie. Have two dynamos coming out right there, as well as right here. I need to set this to even. There we go. Now, if I look at it, this is now generating 10,375. And this one is generating 10,515, which is very, very nice. Haha. So I was able to split up the power coming out of this turbine evenly between these two dynamos. And originally, with only one dynamo on here, it was producing 11,000, which was nice, but but it was exceeding the power limit on the dynamo itself. So by splitting it up with this shaft junction here, I was able to get a full 20,000 maximum power coming out of both of these. So 10,000 coming out of here, 10,000 coming out of here. Very, very nice. But there is a slight problem in that it is raining and that sound is getting annoying, so I'm going to go sleep real quick. Okay, there we go. I had to get rid of the rain and the night. But yeah, the power coming out of here is now 10,000. Well, it's averaging around 10,000, spiking up to 10,500. So yeah, that is very, very nice. Now I could split this down a little bit more and through another shaft junction, because it is still exceeding the power limits are exceeded as well. So if I go through it again, see how much power it split again. Let's see. So one more shaft junction here, coming out right there, and one more shaft junction here, set to go out like that. And I can have one there, 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 and here. Just need to set this for even, set that for even. Now let's see how much power is being generated. 5,200, 5,200, 5,100, 5,100. So it's roughly the same as it was just coming out of this single split power. So yeah, roughly about the same. But there is a slight problem, and that slight problem is that the redstone energy conduits like this have a maximum transfer rate of 10,000. So maximum amount of power it can transfer per tick is 10,000, and just having it coming through one of these junctions, each of these dynamos were putting out over 10,000, well, spiking over 10,000 and averaging over 10,000. So yeah, it would have been too much it's too much power for one redstone energy conduit to really handle, and quite frankly, it's too much power for one resonant energy cell to handle, because thermal expansion. because the maximum power input this can handle is also 10,000 per tick. Even though it can charge up to 50 million, it can only handle 10,000 per tick going in or coming out. And right now, these 4 dynamos, each one's putting out 5,000 RF per tick. So yeah, that is a lot of power going through there. A lot to be handling. Let me turn this off for now. And turn off my reactor. There we go. Insert all. Just so it's all turned off. So, the only problem I'm going to have is how am I going to store all this power being generated from here without any of it being lost? Because unlike with the other dynamos that will turn off once they've reached their internal storage capacity, these will just keep generating as long as that turbine's spinning. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to store all this power, to transfer it from these dynamos, and the way I'm planning on doing that is using a different storage system as well as a different power system entirely, which is through Ender.io, which is a different mod, but it also uses RF flux, redstone flux, to power its stuff as well as store its stuff. Now, the reason I'm going to be using that is it has its own energy conduits. It has 3 different things of them. Earliest levels are energy conduits, 1200 RF per tick. Mid-level, 5120 RF per tick. And the highest level, 20,480 RF per tick, which is more than double what the thermal expansion redstone energy conduits can handle. So I think I'm going to be making some of these Ender energy conduits. Now, they do take quite a bit to make. They need conduit binder, which takes just some gravel, clay, sand, and like that to make that. But it also takes vibrant alloy, which needs an alloy smelter, ender pearls, and energetic alloy, which needs redstone, gold, and glowstone in an alloy smelter. As well, so that's going to take quite a bit to actually make that. But it also has its own storage system, which is the capacitor bank. The capacitor bank is a multi-block storage system, and each block of this can hold 5 million RF in a... It basically works like a battery. It can store 5 million RF, which isn't a lot, but the capacitor bank itself works like a multi-block structure. So I can build a huge block of these capacitor banks that can store a massive amount of power, and it has a limit to the amount of RF it can take per tick, as well as the amount it can send per tick, that is customizable depending on the amount of capacitor banks in the multi-block structure. So, unlike the resonant energy cell, which has an upper limit of 10,000 in and 10,000 out, the capacitor bank has an upper limit based on the number of capacitor banks in the multi-block structure. So if I have 50 capacitor banks in there, it has a capacity of 5,000, or I think I'll explain more of it later. But this does take quite a bit to make. The capacitor bank itself needs a bunch of tin, blocks of redstone, as well as double layer capacitors, which needs coal powder or pulverized coal, as well as electrical steel, which again needs an alloy smelter, iron, coal, and silicon. So I think I'm going to get working on this, because this is going to be a lot of microcrafting. I'm going to have to build an alloy smelter in order to make all the alloys and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to come back once I have the alloy smelter built. It's just some stone, a furnace, iron, and like that for the frame, and a basic capacitor. And I also needed, what else? something else, I don't remember. But yeah, I'm going to come back when I have all this done, and some of the alloys and stuff I needed smelted down, and I will come back then. So be right back then. Until then, see you later.